Live from Gahanna, WGLH-TV presents Lincoln Live with Damian Jones and Grace Miller.
Today, Making Connections, Lincoln students reach out to help others.
It's out and it's spectacular. What you need to know if you didn't get your yearbook and if you want to order one now.
And from Ohio State to the NFL and now to Lincoln High School, one man's journey and commitment to helping others.
Lincoln Live starts now.
Good morning, Lincoln. I'm Damian Jones.
And I'm Grace Miller.
Hey, Grace, did you participate in Gahanna-thon last year?
No, I didn't, but I heard it was a lot of fun. Student Council needs people to participate in the dodgeball tournament this year.
We caught up with Student Council member Addie Markham for more information about how to sign up this year.
This year's Gahanna-thon is on January 20th. Your dodgeball team should be 8 to 10 members, and the entry fee is $25. The sign-up form is out and in your graduating class Google Classroom, and it now closes Friday, December 15th. If you already have a team made, your team captain should fill out the form. If you don't have a team, fill out the form and we will generate random teams.
Thanks, Addie. The 2023 yearbook is out and it looks great. The yearbook has the usual photos along with some world events. A cool section called Be Real and profiles of all the groups, clubs, and teams at Lincoln. It was passed out during homeroom. The Pride Yearbook staff worked very hard and they are so proud to show their work to everyone. We talked to co-editor-in-chief Julia Ellerbach for more information on what to do if you didn't receive your yearbook yesterday and how to order this year's yearbook. Here's Julia.
Yesterday in your homeroom, you should have received last year's yearbook. We were super excited to get them in recently. If you weren't in homeroom, you can go to the main office or speak with your homeroom teacher to pick up your book. Make sure to let your senior friends know that they have to pick up their book in the main office because we are not delivering graduated senior books this year. And also, we've been working really hard on this year's book, so we would really appreciate it if you go and order it at our website.
Thanks, Julia. Hope Squad is back and running this year at Lincoln. Yesterday, they had training discussing mental health and strategies of how to break the stigma. The training was held in the library during third period while students were being taught ways to advocate those who are struggling with those topics. Here is Hope Squad member President Issa Rivera to explain what she learned from it.
Today in Hope Squad, we learned about breaking the stigma and what that really looks like. There's always stigma to break, and we talked about how mental health has been normalized a lot and what mental health can look like for different people and how we can help people with different mental health issues and help talk to them and what that really means. We learned that nowadays 50% of the youth has mental health issues, and I think that's really big and important for people to know and for us to talk about.
Thanks, Issa. Another group here at Lincoln is making an impact. Yesterday, Link crew members met in their homeroom classes. They did a fun activity that required students to look at an image that has two different answers and see which one they think it is. This lesson is important because it taught the students that some people will have differing opinions and how to respond to them that matters. We spoke to Trent Hughes after the lesson. Here he is.
Today we looked at pictures in homeroom and we learned that you shouldn't judge somebody on what they appear as or think of. It really just showed us where we can't judge somebody by their perspective on life or what is going on around us and how we need to look at what other people think.
Thanks, Trent.
Hey, Grace, did you go to any football games last year?
Oh yeah, how could I miss them? It was an incredible season, but did you know that one of the coaches played for the Ohio State and even went pro?
Yes, of course. He coached me. His name is Roy Hall Jr., and he does a lot, not only for our school, but for our community as well.
And our Taylor Braun has the story.
Take it away.
Gahanna Lincoln football has been changing the narrative and has become back-to-back defending champions of the Ohio Capital Conference. And none of this could have happened without the coaching staff, especially former OSU and NFL player Roy Hall Jr.
There's very few teams around Ohio or even in high schools in general that just get to have somebody with so much experience. Played at Ohio State at a high level, went to the pros, for the Colts and some other places. What he brings to our team from a leadership perspective, from teaching our guys, I think one of the biggest reasons we've taken off in a passing game a lot this year has been from him, and he's been able to get the most out of a lot of players.
From the many years of experience Coach Hall has, he has learned what it takes to make a good team and that it all starts with the coach.
We all have busy lives. Everyone has an occupation outside of coaching football. And so you want to try and have at least 1 to 2 conversations with your guys to let them know that I'm not just here to see you catch touchdown passes or to have receptions. Like, that doesn't really matter to me if I'm being frank with you. If you're an athlete and you're a wide receiver, you're going to get an opportunity to make plays, but how are you making plays and making an impact in the lives of the people in the building, in the school, your classmates, your peers, your parents?
With Roy Hall's priority to building relationships, the players are grateful to have someone more than a coach.
He's not just a coach on the field, but he's a coach off the field too. He's more like I like to say a father figure for a lot of the guys on the field. He'll make sure you're right in the classroom, make sure you're right on the field with your assignment and alignment with everything like that.
Came in and everyone's like much happier. It's uplifted. Everyone is more connected, especially in the position group. And you make sure, like, on and off the field, he lets us know, or he tells us what he's thankful for, and we tell him what we're thankful for, and he makes sure we know our assignments as well.
Not only does Roy Hall make an impact on Gahanna-Lincoln, but the community as a whole, with his nonprofit organization called the Driven Foundation.
But if you said you were going to do something, do it. Let your word be your bond, and let your actions be the adhesive that keeps it together.
We've been running and getting after it and serving in the community for about 15 years. And we really have one mission, which is just to combat poverty and build hope by offering and providing basic human needs.
Roy Hall is the ultimate superhero. During the day on Friday, he gives the chapel message and motivational talk for the Ohio State football team, and then chooses to spend his Friday night on Gahanna-Lincoln's sideline. This is Taylor Braun for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Taylor. He's a great coach and a good guy. Thank you, Roy Hall, for the years of coaching. Student Council and Environmental Club are teaming up to help other clubs, but more importantly, the environment. They are providing an opportunity for other clubs to help the environment as much as they do. With more information, we talked to Aubrey Powell. Here she is.
Environmental Club, along with Student Council, is hosting an inter-club meeting today after school in H189, Miss I's room. We're going to be talking about all the different ways each club can have their focused interest be involved in environmental advocacy. So we have a few ideas for some clubs, but if you want to come as a club or to come to represent your club, we're going to talk about all different ways that different interests can lead.
Thanks, Aubrey.
Hey Dom, I think we have someone else with us in the studio today.
Are you sure? Oh, it's Katrina. Hey, Katrina.
Hey guys.
What do you have for us today?
Well, sneakers are a very important subculture of fashion at Gahanna-Lincoln High School. Students and STEM teachers often take pride in their shoes, no matter what they look like. Our very own Grace Miller went out in the community to get some info on sneaker culture and how it is around Gahanna. Here she is.
Sneakers. Not just something that you put on in the morning when you leave the house. By wearing them, you gain a sense of appreciation for yours and others. However, sneaker culture is something you must decide for yourself.
I mean, I think it kind of changes, obviously with kind of the wave of things. So, a lot of people now are getting into kind of dunks and stuff like that. A lot of people will buy, I think, shoes that seem popular in the culture. So it'll be like Jordan's, Dunks, and things of that nature. It's a decent culture around here. People are in tune to the shoe culture.
With the sneaker culture in our school being so overall good, it makes us question what actual sneaker culture is.
Overall, I just feel like it's like a love and a passion for sneakers. It's pretty broad these days as far as like people's interests, and there's all types of different sneakers and subcategories within sneakers. So I just feel like if you have like a true love for sneakers and like to collect them, you would probably fit in the sneaker culture subcategory.
Sneakers mean something different for everyone, but they are more than just a pair of shoes that you slip on in the morning. They are also something to be appreciated, something to be proud of.
Sneaker culture, in my own words, would probably be, the most underrated forms of creativity. We see a rise in it in like the 80s with hip hop, and then with athletes like Michael Jordan endorsing their own shoes, and I definitely think it just like took off from there. It's definitely just a high form of self-expression, and more homage could also be paid to the amount of Black influence that has to go around it. But yeah, I definitely feel like it's just a very high form and underrated form of self-expression and creativity.
Sneaker culture has the power to empower people and make them more appreciative of both their and other people's shoes. The next time you think about buying a pair of sneakers off of GOAT or StockX, take time to appreciate other shoes around you. This is Grace Miller for Lincoln Live.
Thanks, Grace. Wiley is officially here. They meet today after school in Miss Davis's room, C233 at Clark Hall. All sophomores, though, through junior students, are welcome to attend. Come out to learn more about the mission of Y-Lead and how you can be a part of it. That's all I have today, Lincoln. Back to Dom and Grace at the news desk.
Thanks, Katrina.
Well, that's all the news we have for you today.
We hope that you all have a good last day of November.
We'll be back tomorrow with more news for you all.
Bye.